Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest problems I see in pickleball, which is when the dink comes to our inside foot. So if we're on the right side, when a dink comes to our left foot, and if we're on the left side, when a dink comes to our right foot. This is because it's kind of hard to speed this ball up, but it's also pretty awkward to dink. So what should we be doing when we get these balls? And why should you be using this shot on other people? First, the benefits to this shot, why you should be using it, and why it is so tough to handle. So dinking to the inside foot, right? The first thing is the mechanics. So it either comes from two directions, right? The way it comes is either from the short side of the court, right? So that would be if the left side player, where the camera is right now, hits to the right side player, me. If this comes this way, right? If I go forehand, it's a super awkward shot, right? So I'm kind of like this. And if I go backhand, it's not where I want to flick, right? We like to flick outside our body. This ball's like here. So it feels like I can't really do anything. And if I want to dink it out of the air and take it, right, where do I go? Do I go back short angle cross court where someone might be able to reach in and flick it? Or do I try to awkwardly change direction of the ball, right? So that is kind of why it's so hard coming this way. And from the other way, it's hard because it penetrates. And what I mean by that is as it comes at you, right? If it comes wide, you like that. We want to reach in and look to attack. But when it comes to our left foot, I'm not really able to do that same thing, right? Either I'm going to reach like this. What am I going to do? It's going to be very hard for me to flick this ball, or I definitely can't go this way. Or I reach with my forehand, but now I'm crossing my own body, which is again hard. And when it bounces, again, it's not a ball going wide where we can move with it. It's coming right at us. So when it bounces, it forces us off the line. That's why this shot is so good. The times I really like to use this are on deader dinks. So if you get a dead dink, right, and I'm kind of ready to defend here, and then you hit this ball, right, you're hitting it to my inside foot, a lot of times what ends up happening is this person ends up taking a big step off the line to hit this, and then you may be able to get a pop-up or whatever where they're not ready. Same thing goes the other way. What I like to do is either roll or slice. If you get a dead ball, I like the roll, but slicing works as well. On a deader ball to this inside foot, doesn't matter which side. I'll demo both, but I'm just going to talk from the right, but it is the same from the left, just kind of reversed. When I get that ball, I dink it like, just in front of the line right here, where maybe they could reach it, but they can't really do anything with it. And then I reach on the next ball. Because what happens a lot, and this is the number one thing you'll see, the way people defend this, which is wrong, is short hopping it, right? We don't want to do this, but people do it all the time. So this is your little secret. Hit this shot, get the short hop, and then you reach in on the next ball and look to attack. That's what we want to do on offense. So this video is going to be, the rest of it's going to be all about how to play against the shot, but that's why you should be using it and how to use it. Thank you everyone for coming back for another video. Zach and I really appreciate it. We put in a lot of work on these videos, so for everyone to be saying such nice things and coming back every week means a lot. So with that, we'll jump right back to the video. So how we're going to defeat this ball and the way that we deal with it, there's a couple different options. First, I'm just going to go over the different options, right? So from the right side, when the ball comes from the left, so from the short side, right? Number one, can I reach it and either flick it, right? So if it's like here, if they let it hang a little bit, can I get it early and look to like flick it through the middle? That's the number one option. It's a good attack and it's hard for them to cover it. That's kind of the one shot that if I can get it, I want to use. Now, normally you don't get that ball. Usually it's a little too close, like it's over here, right? Or it's a little too short or whatever. So then our other options, what we don't want to do, like I said, is short hop. So if we can get it out of the air, but it's like low or over here, what we're going to look to do is if it's here, we're going to look to go forward, like straight ahead so they can't earn or do anything. And if it's further out here, we're just going to push it. So we're not going to slice it. We're going to push it. So it's all arm, and I'll demo that shot. I'll demo all of these to you in a second, but we're just going to take our paddle here. Ball comes, and we just push it kind of almost actually to the same spot on them, kind of their inside foot or maybe between their legs. We don't want to go really wide where they might be able to attack it. We're kind of going to stay to the middle of this box. And then our third option, when we can't reach it out of the air, is going to be turn and drop. So we're going to go one, right? Step one being here. Step two, ball comes, drop, right? So here's the difference, right? I'm not going like tiny, but I'm also not going like this. So it's kind of like, I consider it like maybe I'm like a foot off the line, right? Then where do I hit this ball? The super neutralizing spot is to go between the legs of the person in front of you. I'm not going to take this and go inside out. Instead, I'm going to go right to their legs. That's so they can't earn it, it's not a pop-up, but also we don't want to give them a dead ball in the middle to their forehand, so we go right between the legs of the person in front of us. So now I'm on the left side, but you're going to see it's very similar, right? I'm still going to use, it's going to be a forehand, but I'll use the dink, I'll use the step back and slice, and I'll use the forehand reach and attack out of the air. You saw how going forward there, those three options deal with that ball pretty effectively. You have your super defensive step back, you have your slightly more offensive redirect, and you have your super offensive attack through the middle. Now going cross, it's going to be more dinking out of the air, but it's going to be similar. So now what you're going to see is we dink like right to right. When he goes here, for me, I'm either going to reach and push like we did before, or I can take that ball with a forehand, flip the paddle, and push it back. So I'm really looking to dink unless that ball floats a little further this way. Then I might reach here and attack through the middle with a forehand or a backhand. So really just the two options. I'm going to redirect, dink right back to them, or go through the middle with an attack. I'm really never going to take this ball and go this way. It's super hard to not push it wide. So now we're going to show you that going both ways. You could see how when we were going cross, the real key, right, is the forehand. You can use the backhand on the right, but in general, what gives us the flexibility to move the ball around is going to be that forehand kind of just pushing that ball. So you saw from the left, I'm only using forehands, right? I'm here pushing, flicking, whatever it is. And from the right, anything that's not really wide. I'm not going to go like this, but anything on my left leg, I'm going to reach like this rather than this because I can either speed it up, roll it wide, any of that. It's going to be really hard for me to take this backhand and put any sort of pressure on the wide ball. So that's why I like the forehand. And you could also see how when the ball bounced, I just kind of stay cross, right? So especially from the left, when that ball bounces, I just kind of roll it back that way. I'm not going to try to change direction or short hop. That short hop is the killer on this shot. So time for the Richie recap. In today's video, we talked about the first thing we went over was why we like and what are the advantages to that inside foot dink. You saw it's kind of hard to attack. Even as I'm doing those demos, I have to work for it, and really it's mainly to the middle on the attack, right? So it's kind of hard to create off that ball. So it's a pretty safe ball. Also, players with poor footwork, which I know a lot of you play, struggle with this shot. If you're not mobile and able to turn quick, and you're someone that really sticks your feet in the ground, this shot's gonna kill you. Because sometimes you can't reach it and you can't stand still. Some of our other shots you may be able to reach and hit. This shot you can't. It's gonna jam you up because it's coming into your leg. Then we started talking about how we can counter this shot, right? So when we're forward, we have three options, right? When they hit it forward, we either back up and take the neutral ball back. We either attack through the middle from backhand on the right side and forehand on the left side. And the third option is a redirect dink, right? That was just that push dink that gets us out of the pattern and gets us maybe into that cross court where we can be more aggressive and not so defensive. Then on the cross court ball, really two options. We're generally gonna stay in that cross. We're either going to reach and attack or reach and maybe attack backhand or maybe attack forehand on the right side. And then if it bounces or if we get it out of the air, we can just push back where the ball came from. That's usually a safe shot, and maybe that gives us time to set our feet better. So on the next ball, maybe we can be aggressive and not get jammed up with that inside football. Those are our options, and that allows us to deal with that inside football while still honestly not in total control of the point. That's just a really good shot, and you'll see it's a shot a lot of the top pros are using a ton now because of the trouble it gives to our opponents. Thank you everyone for coming back. I appreciate the support so much, and I'll see you all next time.